Have you ever noticed how December has its own special kind of chaos? Deadlines are tighter, inboxes are louder, and somehow every child's school concert, work function, and dentist appointment all land in the same 2 weeks. Most people try to muscle through by making bigger lists to finish strong. But what if, just what if, finishing strong is exactly what burns you out? What if the key to closing a year, any year, calmly, isn't squeezing more in, but about building the right systems to hold you steady? Today, I want to show you 4 systems I'm using myself, actual practical changes that stop December from chewing me up and spitting me out. System number 1. Build a soft landing week instead of one final push. Most people treat the last few weeks of the year like the final lap of a race. Push, 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 and then eventually collapse. This way you start January already in deficit. Here's what I do instead. I schedule a soft landing week or a soft landing month. This means that the final weeks of the year is blocked for very light tasks only. Admin wrap-ups, creative thinking, small errands, going to see the sights and the sounds, anything that requires deep focus or high stakes either gets done before or deliberately get carried over into January. A practical example, if you know that your work deadline is December 17, make a rule that nothing critical gets scheduled the week after or the week after that. This way, even if things do spill over, you still land softly instead of a heavy, messy crash that takes longer to recover from. System 2, create a seasonal default schedule. December is not like July. Your energy is different, your obligations, your routines, very many things. If you have children especially, very many things are different. But most people try to keep their weekly or their monthly structure that they had in October or in March. It just will not fit for December, January. That's why it feels impossible. But here's the fix. Build a seasonal default schedule, a structure that will hold you up. For December, this might mean shifting workouts to gentler formats if you can, or your evenings for something else like social time or recovery time instead of your side projects, or setting up an auto reply to messages or to emails, to manage people's expectations. It's not about doing less forever, but matching the system to the actual season that you are in. Consider swapping your 6 a.m. gym routine, for example, to an afternoon walk after lunch in December. Why? You're being realistic about late nights and school plays and, visiting people and eating and decorating and all the things. And guess what? You'll stick with it because it fits the season that you are in today. System number 3, protect your energy, not just your time. Here's what most people miss. Your calendar shows where your hours go, but not where your energy goes. So by December, your energy is the scarcer of the two. So I plan by energy zones, not just by appointments. For example, I know a Friday night party will leave me completely done, socially depleted for what seems like forever. So I block the Saturday morning after a party or after a late night event as low energy days. This means laundry, just chilling around, reading, small tasks here and there, making a mess with my child. No major decisions, nothing, just chilling. If I've got 3 heavy meetings in a day, I'll plan a buffer task or a buffer day after that. Something a little less tasking, but useful, right? Like clearing the inbox or going on a walk or doing something to move my body. The point is not to expect your future self to magically recover on demand. I wish we could do that. I mean, if you're 2.5 years old or if you're 7, you probably can. But if you are an adult, I'm sorry, that's probably impossible. But the point is to build protection for your future self so that you're not left running on fumes. System number 4. Choose one thing to carry and drop everything else. December is infamous for open loops, unfinished projects, half-done declutters, emails you've been wanting to send, all the things you've been wanting to do. Most people try to cram it all into those last few weeks of the year and try to get it done before the new year, and then either panic or give up entirely. Here's something that actually works. Consciously pick one unfinished task to carry into the new year. Maybe 2, maybe 3, write them down and commit to starting or restarting in January. Instead of being haunted by by 12 open tabs in your head throughout the holidays, now you know that when you start the new year, you are starting with these 2 or 3 intentional projects. And that clarity makes it a lot easier to move forward with your life. For example, the book draft you've been wanting to finish, carry it into January. That means that you are intentionally, consciously carrying things into the new year rather than hoping to muscle your way through the year to finish the year strong. I'd rather have the year flow seamlessly into the next one and be intentional about what gets carried over than otherwise. This is how you end a year calm. It's not by doing it all, but by building systems that hold you in this particular season and treating this season as if it was different from others, because it in fact is. If this video helped, I would like for you to stick around. This is what I do here: practical, science-rooted systems for people who do not want burnout to be their lifestyle. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.